Hollywood actor Robert De Niro at the Tonys last night had a pretty direct message for President Trump. Here it was.
I'm going to say one thing. Trump. It's no longer down with Trump, it's Trump.
And the crowd went, as you can see, the crowd went crazy. To discuss this and the other adventures of the left this last weekend, joined by Rodger Simon, PJ Media. Always a pleasure to be with you, Rodger. Give me what was your reaction when you saw this?
I didn't watch. I because I knew it was coming. I saw it many times on video, and I've been to the Tonys because I'm a writer, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, it's gotten so awful that you don't want to watch this stuff. I was nominated for an Oscar. I don't watch the Oscars anymore. I mean,
why, Rodger, why did he say it? That may be a crazy question, but why did De Niro say it?
Well, okay, I'm going to say something, that's as nasty as what De Niro said. He's dumb. He's not a very smart person. Now, I mean, he could say what he said about Trump. I'll just say what I said about De Niro. Actors are not the brightest bulbs on the block. Also, they are monumental conformists, as you can hear from that audience response. I mean, they think they're bohemians, but that happened now they're all like a gang and a cult that all agrees with each other. So, I mean, they don't think, I mean, Trump could make peace with every country in the world, not just North Korea, and walk on water, and they'd still stay super solid like that. I mean, they're hopeless. I mean,
Rodger, is it getting worse? Is it getting worse, Rodger? Are you seeing a reaction on the left that seems to be getting more unhinged almost by the day?
Yes and no. Yes, a lot of them, absolutely. Because look, Trump's is being very successful. I mean, even his numbers are equal now to Obama and Clinton at the same stages, and if he does the kind of things that he thinks he's doing, like in North Korea, that's spectacular history-making stuff. That puts him, among the great presidents. So this drives these people nuts, because from the very time he came down that gold escalator, they hated his guts. And part of the reason they hated his guts. Part of the reason they hated his guts is their entertainers.
Yeah, and I think they always just assumed he'd be a big flop if he got elected. But to your point, he's not a big flop. He's getting some things done. That's got to drive them crazy.
It does. It drives a lot of them crazy. A few of the smarter ones are shutting up now. And
well, then you had the other highlight over the weekend, Rodger, was Bill Maher on Real Time, actually on national TV, hoping and praying for a recession. A recession.
Hey, how much is Bill Maher worth himself? Around $100 million, I read. What a wonderful guy he is to his fellow Americans, the people who work for a living instead of pontificating. At least De Niro, you have to say this for De Niro, he's one hell of a great actor. I mean, he may be a dope, but he's a good actor. What's Maher? He's a guy who makes bad jokes, but he made a fortune out of it, and now he's saying this awful stuff. I mean, part of it with Maher's case, I think, is more cynical. I think he does it to get attention.
Rodger, do you see the left in the next year or two wising up a little bit to Trump and laying off of this just idiotic stuff to say?
You know, it's a good question because you would think if they were normal human beings, they would. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. You know, when you say the left, that's a lot of people. So, you know, you're going to get a lot of different kinds of reactions. And some people will wise up and others will not and will go on, you know, parading and making these comments on into 2024, you know, when our UN ambassador.
Yeah, let me put it to you this way. The Samantha Bees and Robert De Niro's and Bill Maher's of the world, do they understand that when they publicly say these things, they're actually helping Trump?
I think that Maher does, because Maher is smart and he's cynical and he doesn't really care. I think he says that kind of stuff to get attention. I think they all do to get attention. I don't think De Niro is an actor to the core, and they're different people. De Niro's an actor to the core. You know, he's been an actor since he was a kid. He's totally an emotive person. So, you know, he can't not say something. I mean, he believes that. I mean, why he believes it is goofy, but he believes it. I don't know what Maher believes. He just says what he thinks will get attention and get his ratings up. So it's a kind of a different thing. Samantha Bee, I don't even understand why anybody pays any attention to her. I mean, the other thing that you can say about all these things is, why are we paying attention to this stuff? Why do we even talk about it?
You're right. Hey, Rodger, you're right on that.
It's stupid.
Yeah. Thank you, my friend. Hey, Rodger, thank you very much. I always appreciate it. Rodger Simon. Hey, coming up, the TSA. Boy, I'll tell you what, I'm fed up with them. You ought to be as well.